This is Pilgrim Rest Cemetery in West Little Rock, Arkansas, right off of busy Rodney Perrin Road. Passed by this place probably tens of thousands of times over my lifetime and have never come in here before. And I've been so curious lately, I decided to come on in, and I figured I'd get my camera and just kind of wander around a little bit and show you some. So here we go. We'll see what we got over here. And this area wasn't really developed much until the 1970s, as far as I know. And this one here, this headstone is dated 1960. William Carl Dempsey, 1960. Here's one you can hardly tell what it says. Died February, I can't tell the year though. It looks like February 1960 maybe. Oh. Jacoby with no name. Oh wow. Oh no. I thought it said buried in 1939, but no, married in 1939. One passed away. The husband passed away in 1983, and the grandmother passed away in 2010. So there's one from 2010, fairly recent. Here's some over here that are dated pretty far back. No, it's not. 1986. That's pretty far back, but not as far as I thought it said. This one, though, 1950. Both McCormick. If I had to guess, it would be parent, child, by the dates of birth, 1938 and 1894. This stone is barely visible. This is 1950. $1957. $1971, 1966. So this cemetery's been here since at least the 1960s and 70s. The Earls passed away 10 years apart in 1974 and 1984. Now here's one that's pretty old for the area. It looks like it was a child, 1951 of birth, and 1957 is dated death. So that means the cemetery has probably been here since the 1950s. And I'm pretty sure that at that time there would not have been very many people living out in this area, because I was born in the 1970s, middle 70s, and to the best of my research and knowledge, this area wasn't developed much at all until around then. Let's see, and this stone here is dated 1962. And that one's dated 1954. Yeah, and here's actually a World War II veteran that passed away in the year 2000. So wow, there's a World War II veteran buried here. And see, it's off a very busy area. It definitely was not busy when this cemetery was started. Robocalls or solicitors. 1955. It's another World War I veteran, private colonel. I don't know what all that means. Actually, the G in the 325 entry. World War I. He was born in 1895 and died on Christmas Eve in 1955. Wow. So some really old headstones out here for it to be right in the middle of a busy, like probably the busiest part, one of the busiest parts for sure of Little Rock, Arkansas, which is, you know, a couple 100,000 people at least. 1954. So you get the idea. I mean, there's a nice cemetery out here with some really dated and new headstones, because here are the kitchens. They must have passed away about a year apart, and he was in the U.S. Navy also, so a lot of military vets out here, it seems. Few that I've run across already. Here's another one. It was in the Korean War. Died in 2016. So, very interesting. Very interesting place. Here's another one. U.S. Army. Passed away February 25th. I can't get the year. I don't feel like it. Sorry. So, other kitchens. Several kitchens out here. All the way from a few years ago to 1977 to 1955 that have been buried out here. And it looks like some really old headstones over here. So, see what's over here. Very interesting place. I've driven by here thousands of times and never gone here. Like, this is extremely old, it looks. Castile or Castle. Another Castle. These are all like extremely old with the same last name that looks like it's Castile. Very cool. Let's see what some of these are over here. I think this is 2017. Juanita Marie Allen. Wow. Very neat. Very, very neat. Baby. Born in 48 and died in 54. So this area must have been pretty rural at that time, I would imagine. I mean, here's one, 1922. So I don't know if these have been moved here or if these have been here since 1922, but the further I'm getting this way, it seems like they're getting older. Because here's